Hello, students. Till now, we have discussed that the countryside people set up some roadside stand to earn some money and have feel the currency in their hands. But they do not believe in begging. It means they want to live a decent life. But still, they are criticized by the city people as they are blamed of spoiling the nature. Even the city people make them fool as they are relocated next to the theater and the store as they so that they can enjoy their life and fulfill their dreams. But this is with a purpose. As the countryside people or the villagers are gullible. Here gullible means जो किसी की बातों में आ जाते हैं. And that's why they buy their land for the commercial purpose and set them near the theaters and the store. And even these greedy good doers and the beasts of prey ask them to sleep. They sleep all day. It means you can say they ask them to not to worry about their future, and when they stop worrying about it, they destroy their sleeping at night the ancient way. As by this, with the passage of time, they have confidence in these city people and they are robbed of their abilities to think for themselves or to be independent. In this way, these people become dependent on the city people, and in this way they destroy their sleep at night as they used to sleep, and they are troubled by their new lifestyle. The next stanza is: sometimes I feel myself I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in vain. The sadness that lurks near the open window there, that waits all day in almost open prayer. For the squeal of brakes, the sound of a stopping car, or of all the thousand selfish cars that pass, just one to inquire where what a farmer's prices are. Here, bear means tolerate, endure, like सहन करना. Childish means like a child. Longing means a yearning, desire or craving. You can say किसी चीज की बहुत ज्यादा इच्छा होना. In vain means useless. Locks means hide, be or remain hidden so as to wait for someone or something. Squeal means a long, high pitched cry or noise. Sometimes I feel myself. Here, the poet says that he feels that he cannot bear. It means he cannot tolerate as the thought of so much childish. The thought is childlike, the longing in vain. Here, longing means desire, in vain means useless. Their desire for customers is useless, and this thought cannot be tolerated by the poet. As there is no customer there, that's why the sadness that lurks near the open window there. It means the roadside people become sad because of this, and the sadness is lurking means वहां पर छिपी हुई है, वहां पर आसपास है. Their window that waits, as they are waiting all day in almost open prayers. It means these people are praying so that their produce could be sold. For what they are praying? They are praying that for the squeal of brakes. Here squeal of brakes means कि जैसे ही ब्रेक लगेगी उसकी एक जोर से आवाज आएगी कि कोई तो यहाँ पर आकर जो कार है वो रुके. द साउंड ऑफ ए स्टॉपिंग कार. Of all the thousand selfish cars, as thousands of cars are passing there, just one to inquire. कोई तो एक कार हो जो रुके वहां पर टू इंक्वायर, टू आस्क व्हाट ए फार्मर्स प्राइसेस आर, कि उनके जो प्रोड्यूस हैं व्हाट दे आर सेलिंग, कि उनका कॉस्ट क्या है. बट नोबडी इज इंटरेस्टेड टू ask for their prices. And one did stop, but only to plow up grass, in using the yard to back and turn around, and another to ask the way to where it was bound, and another to ask could they sell it a gallon of gas. They couldn't this crossly, they had none, didn't it see. Here, plow up means turn up. Bound means going to. Gallon is a unit of liquid or dry capacity that is equal to 8 pints or 4.5 liters. Crossly means angrily. As the roadside people were praying that somebody should stop, and one of them did, but not for buying their produce, but only to plow up grass. In using the yard, the car stops only to turn back, and when it turns back, it plow up, it uproots some of the blades of grass. And one another car also stops there, but just to ask where the road was going. And one more, the third car also stops, but only to ask whether they sell a gallon of gas or not. So the poet gets angry, and as these city people are unaware of the villagers' plight, and they are engrossed with the pleasures of the material world. That's why the poet angrily says that they could not, this crossly means angrily, they had none, as they are asking for gallon of gas, or they are just asking for the road where it is going. Didn't it say? Here it has been used for the city people, as they are not able to feel. That's why they have been compared to the non-living thing. No, in country money, the country scale of gain, the requisite lift of spirit has never been found, or so the voice of the country seems to complain. I can't help owning the great relief it would be to put these people at one stroke out of their pain. And then next day, as I come back into the scene, I wonder how I should like you to come to me and offer to put me gently out of my pain. Here requisite means necessary or essential. Here scale of gain means level of profit. Can't help is also an idiom which means can't stop or can't avoid. Owning means having. At one stroke means by single action. You can say एक ही बार में. Sane means to be sensible, to be in senses, होश में होना. Wonder means think, or if you say I wonder, it can also be used to ask someone something in a very polite way. Means किसी को request करने के लिए. Here you has been used for the readers, and put out means to take out of. No, in country money, the country scale of gain, it means when whatever they are earning in the countryside, there is not much gain. That's why they are not able to fulfill their necessities of life, as only the money, that is the requisite, that is the essential part of life, can give lift of spirit. It means it can give you the pleasures or comforts of life has never been found in the countryside. Or so the voice of the country seems to complain. That's why, as these people do not have money or comforts of life, that's why they are complaining, and because of their plight, their poor condition, the poet feels very helpless. Even he wants to bring some changes in their life, as he says that I can't help. I can't help means I can't stop myself. The great relief it would be to put these people at one stroke out of their pain. It means the poet wants to remove their problems from their lives at one stroke. The poet is just dreaming of taking them out of their sorrows and sufferings of these people, but it is possible only in dream, and no one can take them out of their pain at one stroke only, as this is like a magic. And the poet says that he will feel the same pain after coming out of his dream. That's why the only way to remove these problems and to take the poet out of this pain, he requests, I wonder how I should like you to come. It means he is requesting the readers to come to me, that the readers should go to the poet and offer to put me gently out of my pain. It means the poet wants the readers to offer that they will help the such type of people living in poverty, and in this way his pain will be removed. As removing their pain in dream only is not an logical action, or it is futile. That's why he wants to adopt a logical thought to remove their pain. And when half of the population of the society is living in such a tragic situation, no society can develop. Here we are going to discuss the poetic devices used in this poem. The first one is the very first line, The old house was out with a little new shed. Here, the poetic device is antithesis. As two opposite concepts have been introduced in the same line, the house is old and the shed is new. The second device is transferred epithet, where polished traffic and selfish cars. Here, the poet wants to say the polished people, but he has used the adjective with traffic, and the cars are not selfish, the people are selfish. It means the adjectives here are which are used here should be with the people. That's why it is transferred epithet. Here, greedy, good doers, beasts of prey, and pathetically plaid. G has been repeated in the beast of prey, pathetically plaid. P has been repeated, that's why the poetic device is alliteration. Sadness lurks. Sadness is a non-living thing. Here sadness is hiding, और वो वहाँ पर घूम रही है. और a roadside stand pathetically plaid. Plaid means to appeal. The roadside stand is appealing, means a non-living thing is requesting. That's why it is personification. Flowers of cities. Here flowers has been compared to the money or the circulation of money or the trusting sorrow. That means it is metaphor that has been compared with other things. Greedy good doers. Here the poet is saying greedy as well as using the word good doers, and beneficent beast of prey. At one side he is saying them beneficent, at the other side he is saying that they are beast of prey. It means though contradictory terms have been used in the same phrase, that's why it is oxymoron. Squeal of brakes. जैसे ही ब्रेक की आवाज आएगी तो एक तरह से एक आवाज आती है स्क्वील की, that is called onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a poetic device that is used where the word is formed from a sound. Here, when the brake is applied, the sound is like squeal. That's why the sound has been given the spelling. It means it is onomatopoeia. Here are some important words that you can use in the question answers. If you want to write about the rural people, you can write that they are innocent, they are gullible, जो किसी की बातों में आ जाते हैं, and they want to live a decent life. Their condition, they are living in plight, they are deprived of means जिनके पास किसी चीज़ की कमी होती है. They are living in pathetic condition, they want to live a prosperous life. Here prosperous means with money and happiness. Blemish of the landscape. They have been criticized for blemishing the landscape. Here blemish means disfiguration, means they have disfigured. उन्होंने बिगाड़ दिया है लैंडस्केप को. Unvented sorrow. Their sorrow is unvented. Unvented means unsaid, as they do not complain to anyone about it. They have ardent desire to get money. Ardent means strong desire. Interminable wait for buyers. Interminable means endless. They wait for the buyers. Bereft of money. Bereft means lack of money. And they want to see rosy side of life. If you want to write about the city people, they befool the country people, They don't halt. Halt means stop their cars. They are cunning, shrewd, चालाक, negligent. It means वो ध्यान नहीं देते हैं उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स की तरफ. दे अडॉप्ट ए कैलकुलेटेड स्ट्रेटेजी. इट मीन्स दे आर वेरी क्लेवर. Engrossed with. Engrossed means they are busy with or replete with, full of the pleasures of the material world and lead a prosperous life. They are unable to gauge the glaring difference. Here, gauge means estimate the glaring difference in city and rural life and comprehend. Comprehend means understand. They are not able to understand the rural life that is far removed from theirs. They are not able to experience the satisfaction that comes from a feeling of well being and contentment. Here, contentment means satisfaction. Reproach the country people. Reproach means reproach means complain or criticize the country people for marring means spoiling the landscape. If we talk about the political parties, they evacuate. Here, evacuate means to remove someone from a place and relocate them to the vicinity of the theaters. Vicinity means surrounding of the theaters. They are beasts of prey and greedy good doers. They destroy the slumber or the sleep of poor people, and in this way they rob them of their peace of mind, their voices. It means they are not able to go against them. They take their freedom and their ability to find solution of their problems, and they do not sympathize. Sympathize means किसी के प्रति सहानुभूति रखना, उसकी दर्द को समझना. The poet regrets that the yardstick of gain vested in the money is not found in the countryside at all. Here we are going to discuss the views of the poet. It means he believes that the poor people are not able to get something out of the earning they have in the villages. He believes that money is essential, that elevates spirits, and lack of it dampens the villagers' perspective towards life. Here, dampens means make less strong, and perspective means outlook, उनकी सोच, उनकी दृष्टिकोण. And in this way, he wants to change their life in or at one go, but when he thinks about a logical thought and a poised state of mind, tells him that this is a futile action. There is no use of this rash or a speedy action. His concern is not about the blemish or the spoil of the landscape, but his main concern is about the unwanted sorrow, that unsaid, unspoken sorrow of these shed owners. In this way, he criticizes the city people who have double standards, as they do a disservice to these people.